So let's get started. So today's lesson will be about different future tenses, and we will do different examples for future simple and for present continuous. I'll give you a few examples about to be going to, but that's not the subject of our lessons today. We will concentrate on future simple and present continuous. Let's get started. So imagine I'm sitting at home. I've just come back from shopping and I'm saying, oh, I've left the door open. Obviously, if the door is open, what do you need to do with the door? So how can I say what I can do with this door? I've just remembered that the door is open, so I need to do something with the door right now, but I've just thought about that. What would be the second part of this sentence? Please write in the chat. I've left the door open. I will close it. What else? Is the other way to say it? It's correct. What else? How else can we say it? I'll close it. I would close the door. I need to close the door. What else? I'm going to close it. I'm going to close the door. I'm going to close it. Okay, thank you very much. The sentence I was looking for is I'll go and shut it. I've left the door open. I'll go and shut it. And the reason why we are using future tense, future simple here, is because it is something that I've decided while I was talking. So, if you decide about something just now while you were talking, then you need to use future simple. If this is clear, can you please put your plus on the chat? If this is clear, please react. I've left the door open. I'll go and shut it because I've just decided that. Great. Let's move to the other slide. So the full version of this is I will go and shut it. But as you know, when you talk, you don't say I will, you say I'll. I'll go and shut it. And now my question to you is, what is I here? What is I? What kind of thing it is? Please write on the chat. Please write on the chat. What is I? I'm afraid I'll be a viewer today. Only no worries. In 30-40 minutes, there'll be a Russian version as well. Speaking person, yes, but grammatically, as to put this in the structure of a sentence. It is a subject. Correct. It is a subject. In this particular sentence, it's a personal pronoun. Great. Then we use will, which is just will for future tense. And then we're using this. What is this? What is this? So we have a subject, then we have to use will because it's a future tense. When we say it, we don't actually say will, we say I'll or he'll or you'll, whatever. It's a verb, but what type of the verb it is? Is it an infinitive? Is it a modal verb? Is it a main verb? Is it something else? Okay. Teachers of English, that's your moment now. It's kind of an infinitive, but not a real one. But what kind of infinitive it is? English teachers, that's your moment now. Please impress us. Though, to be honest, I didn't know this before I started doing Celta. It is by infinitive. I told you it's the moment of glory for English teachers. So what we have now, the form, the structure for all future tense looks like this. Subject, then we use will, then we use by infinitive. And by infinitive, as Maria pointed out correctly, is an infinitive without to. So when you say to go, to shut, to open, to lock, it's an infinitive. But if you use the same thing, but without to, it means it's a bare infinitive. You will need it if you will be learning, if you'll be studying using English, Cambridge, Oxford textbooks, or if you'll go to England, to America for courses. So that's the only reason. Don't worry if you don't know, but I think it might be useful for some of you. Great, so this is our future simple form, and they are built always the same way. If you follow this, if it makes sense, please react. Please react. Great. As we've just discussed, you need to use future simple as well. It's only one of the examples. When you've just decided in the moment of speaking. For example, we use will when we decided to do something at the time of speaking. We use will when we decided to do something at the time of speaking. For example, I'm too tired to walk home. Maybe I'm somewhere out at the times when being out was allowed. So I need to do something with a taxi. Because I've just decided this, we're using future simple, but what will be the full sentence? I'm too tired to walk home. I'm too tired to walk home. I'll do something with the taxi. Correct. Yes, great job, everyone. The correct reply is I'm too tired to walk home. I'll take a taxi. Yes, or I'll call a taxi, or I'll get a taxi. All of this is correct. The examples that I'm using today, most of them come from English Murphy book. If you have one, please use it for further practice. But yes, that's the correct reply. I'm too tired to walk home. I'll take a taxi. Great job, everyone. The next example is, it's a bit cold in the room. Maybe you're with someone came to visit you, or maybe it's your partner, and he says, or she says, it's a bit cold in the room. Is it? On the heating then. It's a bit cold in the room. Is it? On the heating then. So first you need to guess what kind of verb, what kind of meaning is that. And then, Olga, please give us the full sentence, or at least the full gap that is missing. I will turn on, I'll turn. And that is the correct answer. It's a bit cold in the room. Is it? I'll turn on the heating then. Maybe you're wondering, why are you using then here? It's because you are replying to this kind of complaint. So because you said it's a bit cold, then I'll turn the heating on. Because you said it, not after, but because. You see what I mean? It's a bit cold in the room. Is it? I'll turn on the heating then. Great. Let's move to next slide. Do you want me to do the washing up? No, it's all right. And then, why it's all right? Who else will be doing that? Do you want me to do the washing up? No, it's all right. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. It's all right. I'll do it. Let's repeat after me. No, it's all right. I'll do it. Your turn. Please repeat aloud. No, it's all right. I'll do it. So, what we've just done, one of the situations when you need to use future simple is when you've decided while you were talking. Does it make sense? If yes, please put 5 on the chat. I'm sure you know other examples like will you marry me and all of these things, but today I thought we'll do something that probably you haven't heard before. We use will when we decided to do something at the time of speaking. That was one of the situations, but you can use will and you need to use will in other ones as well. For example, I feel a bit hungry. I think something to eat. Please fill in the gap. I feel a bit hungry. I think something to eat. It's kind of similar to our previous example, but we need to use will here, not because I've just decided it, but because we're using think. It will make sense in a minute. I think I'll buy something to eat. Yes, great answer. Is there any other way to say it? I think I'll have something to eat. I think I'll take away something to eat. Yes, you can say this, but in the situations it will be, I think I will take something away to eat. I'll cook something to eat. You could say I'm going to eat. Yes, you could say. That's absolutely fine. Probably if you will be passing some grammar test, will be a better way. But for everyone else, native speakers included, I'm going to here will be absolutely fine. Though the textbooks say if you use think, it's better to use future simple. I'll cook something to eat. I'll make something to eat. I'll have something to eat. Great job, everyone. I think I'll have something to eat. Here we're using future simple, not anything else, because we're using I think. So when you make predictions about the future, saying I think or saying I don't think, you need to use future simple. Does it make sense? I think it will rain tomorrow. I don't think it will rain tomorrow. Because you're using I think, among all possible future tense options, the best one is will. Let's try this again. Is Olga the only one who got it? Because you're expressing your opinion about the future, when you say I think, or when you say I don't think, you need to use will. Does it make sense? Please react. Great. So the formula of that is the same. Subject will by infinitive, as we just find out. By infinitive is infinitive without to. We've done 2 situations when you need to use will. There are more. We won't be doing the examples for that, but I think it's quite clear. And then in our Russian part, I'll explain to you more. When you need to offer something, or you're agreeing with something, you're promising something, or you're asking. For example, let's practice in a more alive way. Can you offer something? For example, what can you offer? I will help you. I will call you tomorrow if you want, this kind of stuff. Please make up an example. What can you offer in any situation, and write these examples in English using will while you're offering to do something. So What's your? I will spend, I think you meant send. I'll send a letter tomorrow. Maybe, but it doesn't look as an offer. If you offer, it's kind of you're offering this to the person. Something like, I'll help you. Yes. I'll help you with your bag. Great job. I'll cook something sweet if you want. Yes, yes. I'll help you. Yes, I'll help you is the kind of most obvious offer. I'll read you a story tomorrow. I'll call you. Sure, yes. You got it. We've done offering. Great job, everyone. I'll reply you next time. Is it an offer? It's kind of a promise more. It's correct. It's just a promise, but yes. Okay. An example when you're asking someone is, for example, will you open a window for me? Of course, it's only one way to ask someone. We learned with you many times. You can say, can you, could you, all of that, but will can be used as well. Okay, I think it kind of gives you, enriches your ideas when you can use will, because will you marry me? You've known this before, but also when you've decided while you were talking, or offering, agreeing, promising, asking, or when you use I think, I don't think. Now, we're moving to our next part, is to the present continuous. When, what kind of future situations require using of present continuous? Let's get started. My friend married next month, because it's a wedding, such a big thing. And if it's happening next month, we know it's been decided, arranged, all was done before in advance. So it's not some kind of promise in the future. It's not an intention, but it's an arranged decision. That's why we're using is getting, correct. My friend is getting married next month. My friend is getting married next month. My friend is getting married. My friend is getting married next month. Well done, everyone. My friend is getting married next month. So what is my friend in this situation? What is my friend? Subject. What is is? Auxiliary verb. What kind of verb? What kind of verb turned into is? So this is subject. Why do we need to know this? Because you can understand that a subject can be anything. Sometimes it's I, sometimes it's you, sometimes it's his friend. So then it's anything can be put in the subject. Then it is an auxiliary verb, and it comes from the verb to be, and be turns into is because we're talking about he or she. And then what ending are we adding to the verb? What ending are we adding to the main verb? It's a very simple question. Of course, ing ending. So for this, the form for present continuous, as you know, subject, the verb to be that you will change depending who is this, and then you need a verb with ing ending. Done. That was present continuous. So why are we using it here, talking about the future? Because it's something that was arranged and decided before that. And it's definitely happening. It's not like, oh, I'll call you tomorrow, but maybe I won't. Because the wedding is arranged and decided, we're using present continuous. Does it make sense why it's not a future simple? If yes, please react on the chat. Good. Now let's practice. Let's practice. Imagine I'm sending you a Facebook message and asking you, what are your plans for this evening? What is another way to say this? What are you doing this evening? Again, maybe now it's morning and the evening is still future, but we are not using here future simple because it's something in the very nearest future. What are you going to do this evening? You could say this. Yes. Absolutely fine. Or you can say just what are you doing this evening. Perfect. What are you doing this evening? And then another example. A party next week. Would you like to come? Again, that's been decided and it's been arranged before. We are having a party next week. We are having a party next week. Would you like to come? Please repeat after me. We are having a party next week. 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 Right. Next example. Out this evening. I home. As all of us do, since we are all on lockdown and cannot go out much. Luckily, in England, it's okay to leave your house with no special document for that. To go shopping, obviously, to see a doctor, to go to the pharmacy, but also it's okay to go for a walk because the official government recommendation says you can go out once a day to exercise, meaning doing sport. Luckily, they consider going for a walk as a sport. So once a day is fine. Ideally, only one of these things. And the streets are empty, there are not many cars, people are staying home. So it's quite bizarre experiences, I'm sure you're having the same one. And the correct answer is, I'm not going out this evening, I'm staying home. I'm not going out this evening, I'm staying home. So the difference between these examples to our previous one is that this is something that is happening either almost right now but still in the future, or it's been decided and arranged before, like my friend is getting married. If you remember this example, my friend is getting married, and use it as your guide for next examples, that you'll be doing correct choices most of the time. Can you see the difference between these examples? Why we need to use future simple here and why we need to use present continuous here? Can you see why they're different and how they're different? If yes, please react on the chat. If you can't see, that's absolutely fine. Just let me know. Good. Good.